Well, here we are. It's December 6th, 2022. I'm Larissa. My video diary. See it? Can you tell? Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. I strung some popcorn for the tree this weekend. That's what I did. I strung some popcorn and cranberries for the tree. It looks nice. And then chickens will get it for Christmas. That'll be their Christmas, right? Chickens will get the strings with the popcorn and the cranberries on it. And that'll be chicken Christmas. I gotta get a present for Mr. Bishop Brody Pants over here, and a present from Miss Sassy Lass. I have to say, I'm a little concerned with that for Sassy. She's not a young kitty anymore, and I think she's, I think it is time where Omar and I need to really, really appreciate every moment we get to spend with Miss Sassy. She's not a young kitty. Hey, kitty. You got itches? Hey, meow meow. Don't get too close. You'll burn your little whiskers. You'll burn your little whiskers. She likes to sit underneath a wood-burning stove. She does. She can hide from him because he doesn't fit under there. Do you, buddy? Hey. You have itchy nose too? What'd you have your nose in? Yeah, I know. Is it the fireplace? See, he gets itchy nose like me in this house. I think there's something in the airs. It's probably the fireplace. I don't know. So, I had a crazy dream last night. Dreamt that Omar called me and told me that he was on some boat somewhere. And I'm like, oh. He's like, you should come down here. We're having a party. So, I go down to this dock, right? And there's this boat that's like out in the harbor. It's not docked. It's dropped anchor out in the harbor, though, right? It's not tied. It's not tied. Big fucking boat. And it's shaped like a Mississippi paddle boat, but it's real big, right? And I have to take a little like rowboat, right? There's like a little rowboat shuttle takes you out to this boat. And so I got my purse over my shoulder, and I'm sitting in this little rowboat, and I get out to this paddle boat. I get on this paddle boat, and there's like all this fucking people, and it's like a casino, right? It's like a casino. And I can't find Omar anywhere. I'm looking all over for him. His mother's there. She's like drunk as a skunk, and like it was just crazy. And then there were like rough seas, right? And the boat's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm feeling like ill. And I grab on, they have like these railings. They have like these railings. And I grab onto the railing, and it's just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And there's doors down these hallways in this boat. And I'm trying to get off the boat because I'm trying to get back to where I got on the boat so I can get back off of the boat. And I run into this guy, and he's like talking to me, and I recognize him, like in the dream I knew him, and he's like talking to me, but he's like talking away from me, like he has his face turned away from me, and it's like going out to sea, right? And I can't hear him. It's like it's being what he's saying. I'm only getting like every like third or fourth word. I'm like, what? I said, can you please look at me when you're talking to me? And it wasn't Omar, right? It was he's like, you can only make it in the music industry if I cheat on you. And I'm like, what? I'm like, we're not even a couple. And I said, I need to talk to Omar. And I'm trying to find Omar, and I'm running all over this boat, different layers of this boat. Like, where's Omar? Where's Omar? And I was like, we don't know. Well, I find Omar. He's like, I don't want to go. I'm like, I want to get off this stupid boat. I said, this party sucks. And he's like, I'm staying. I'm like, no, I'm leaving. And he's like, well, if you're leaving, I'm leaving. So we start walking towards where we got on the boat, and all of a sudden he gets distracted and runs off and goes and does something else. And I find his mother, and she's like, oh, you're getting off the boat? I said, yeah, I'm getting off this boat. She's like, I want to get off the boat too. I said, well, I said, you can come with me. And so we go to get off the boat, and we get stuck. We end up underneath a pier. It was really weird. It was like the pier post, the ocean, the water was all out, and there was nothing but sand ground, and you could see where the piles from the pier were going down into the sand, and there were with the big concrete around them. I woke up. Weird. Weird dream. It was a dream I had last night. Yeah. So I saw Kirstie Alley passed away. I used to love that show, Cheers. I did. Loved that show, Cheers. And I loved her in it. I wasn't, she was, I did not like Shelley Long, but she was better than Shelley Long, right? She had better chemistry with what's his face, Ted Danson. Much better chemistry than Shelley Long. There was a lot of drama around that. I heard, because that show kind of curtailed Shelley Long's career, and they said that they didn't like her on the set, that the other actors didn't like her. And at the time when I learned about this or heard about this, I heard some interviews with people. I had been doing improv. People didn't like me either, although we were doing really, really well. We were packing the house. I don't know. Improv was shitty. They did shitty things to me in improv. They did. They did some really shitty things to me in improv. They were always frequently trying to force me into like lesbian sex scenes, and I'm just like, grow the fuck up. Why does everything have to turn into that? Right? It was ridiculous. And one of the people that was in that particular troupe, she contacted me a couple years after and apologized. I was just like, wow. Anyway. Kirstie Alley. Kirstie Alley. She was really abused by Hollywood, wasn't she? No, when she was younger, she was thin and svelte, and as she matured, became a mature woman. She was heavier, and she was never unattractive. Never. They really, 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 really badgered her, huh? Scientology's like that, right? Yeah, Scientology. It's like that, huh? Anything like that is considered viewed as weakness, something that's an illness. She wasn't that old. 71. Wonder what kind of. I said it was cancer. I don't know what kind of cancer it was. I wonder if it would have been caught sooner if she hadn't been a Scientologist. Huh? So I always felt bad for the Travoltas. when their son died, right? It was their oldest son. Had a seizure, choked on his tongue, I believe it was. You know, Scientology is crazy, in my opinion. Really is. Not interested. And it always seems very interesting to me how Tom Cruise seems to go after Catholic women in particular. You can have your religious beliefs, like whatever, but that's one that I just can't. They run all those rehab centers, right? My mother-in-law ended up at one of them. I was really irritated when I found out. I was like, I didn't support it. There was an intervention. I don't support interventions. I don't. I think interventions are just a form of codependency and arrogance. It didn't help her. It didn't help her at all. It made her crazier. And it made her angry at me. She blamed me for it. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't support it. So, Kirstie Alley, rest in peace. I enjoyed your work. And Big Fat Actress bummed me out when you did that because I didn't think you needed to. I didn't think you needed to do that. Although maybe they made you do that, right? I always thought she was beautiful no matter what size she was. She had real big eyebrows in the 80s. Real big, beautiful eyebrows. And I had big eyebrows too. They're not anymore. They're all waxed down. But when I was younger, I had very, very, very thick eyebrows. Like Kirstie Alley and Brooke Shields, I did. And whenever I didn't like them, that's what I was told. They're like Kirstie Alley's. And she had that real sultry voice, Kirstie Alley. And she was very funny. She was very, very funny. Anyway.